What's up, guys? It's Julian. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make classic house. I've learned a lot of stuff for the style that I can show you guys now that I haven't shown you yet. So yeah, well, that's what we're going to be doing today. As usual, you can get the full project file, samples, MIDI, presets. Everything from this video is available at the top of the description on my website for just $5. Definitely go grab this. If you guys enjoyed these videos, it's a really great way to support me. I don't make a whole lot off of YouTube, but with these sample packs and templates, I'm able to keep going and keep bringing you guys new videos like this every single day. Plus, you're going to help support yourself. I put a lot of hours into studying this style of music, and now you guys get the benefit of all that by just grabbing this template at the top of the description. So, link is at the top of the description. Like I said, thank you so much for the support, guys. Enjoy the template, and let's dive in. So, we're on 122 BPM, and the first sound up here is the bass. So this is a very simple bass line, right? It's just two notes. Even this extra note up here, you can see it's just an octave of the root note. So yeah, we're in the key of B minor, and this is literally just our root note and our fifth. And then another root note, an octave up. And the idea with this is that you're creating this just really steady groove. Like if I play this with the kick and the rest of the drums, this bass is almost like another percussion. Right, so that's how we're treating this, and that's why it's so simple, but it's so effective also. For the actual sound, it's made with wavetable, and you can actually make this in almost any synth. All it is just a saw wave, and then a square wave with a bit of pulse width on it, so you can see, yeah, the pulse width is turned up like that. And then we have a low pass filter with an envelope on it. You know, to make the pluck, and then just a little bit of drum bass. You can see this isn't that heavy, and I've got it blended in there. So you're not just hearing the saturated signal, you're hearing the main signal with the bass and the low end sounding good and all that, and then just a bit of saturation on top. Then we have the kick. And this is, you can see, just a nice, fat, punchy 909 kick like this. Yeah, you don't need any processing, like, especially back in the day, you know, they didn't have drum bus. They didn't have, like, just like an Ableton satura you can just drop in on your kick. You really, back in the day, it was really just kind of like turning stuff up, right? Like, just getting that kick to be the loudest thing in the mix, and then you don't need all that extra processing. And also where the kick is coming from. You know, using that 909 kick sample, I think is really going to make a huge difference. Then we have the hi-hats. So it's actually these two kind of making that main hi-hat. So we have a 909 open hi-hat. And then a 909 closed hi-hat. Because if you listen to just the open hi-hat, you can hear it's very like soft. So if you add that close hi-hat in, you get a nice like and then this one you can hear is just adding some extra swingy notes in there. And then on the hi-hat group, I just have a high pass filter. That's all it is. Then we have this clap, which is from a Lin drum. So again, classic drum machine sounds are the way to go with this style. You can hear this one just has a really nice feel to it, because it's not like that standard kind of like rolling clap. You know, it's got kind of a different texture to it. Then we have the percussion, like the background stuff, so you can hear just a few things. If I play it with the main hi-hat and clap, you can hear how it fits into the beat better. Right, so these are just a little background stuff in there just to add a little bit more movement and a little bit more groove to the beat. So it's just this little live percussion, this 909 rim shot, again, some more live or some more classic drum machine sounds, and then this tambourine. You know, all pretty small sounds, but that's what makes it fit really nicely into the background of the track. Then we have this organ and Wurlitzer layer, which sounds like this. So here's the MIDI for this. So it's kind of like these weird chords we can see, like. So like this here, for example, is actually an F sharp minor chord, right? You can see like it's F sharp, very basic F sharp minor triad. But all I did is I just put the root note up an octave. And then same deal. This is like a D major chord, really. Really the progression here is F sharp minor to D major. And then it's just taking the notes in the chords and putting them across different octaves. And then the other thing here is the actual rhythm. If you listen to it with the kick and the bass line. There's a lot of groove happening just between the interplay of the organ and the bass line. So the way you do that is I started with the bass line. Like when I started this track, all I made was just the bass line and then the kick, and then you write this organ around that and make it kind of groove off what's happening already there. Now, for the sound, it's made with 2 layers. So we have this house organ, right? Like the classic house organ sound, just going through some chorus and some echo and some reverb. And then we have a Wurlitzer. Which you can hear just kind of fills in the space there nicely. And that's got actually the same processing on it as the organ. And yeah, so again, with the layering here, it's not just layering together 2 sounds just for the sake of layering. It's layering one sound which is very much like kind of punchier and more in the high end, with a softer Wurlitzer to fill in the low end and the low mids. Then we have the saxophone here, which I'll play that with the organ. So again, we're just in the key of B minor here, just more notes in that scale. You can see this one is actually like really getting creative with it though. Like for example, so we have the 5th, and then we also have the minor 7th. Which usually, like, you wouldn't want to just jump between those 2 voices, but it works really well. And then the same thing down here. It's actually a 9th and then a minor 3rd, which again, usually wouldn't be the voices you would want to use for something like this, but I think it sounds really nice. And it's really like that melody where you have, well, really, it's like you have the 2 melodies. Like, you have that, but you also have, and then over here you have, and it's really simple too. You really don't need that many notes. Actually, when I originally wrote this, it had more notes in it, and I peeled notes back to make it a bit more interesting and make it fit better with the track. And so this is just a saxophone sample, you know, trying to make it sound like one of those old keyboard kind of sounds, like from the 80s and the 90s. So we just have a sample of a saxophone, a little bit of echo, and then a high pass filter. And the last thing down here is the crash. And this crash is a little bit interesting. So it's just a basic crash, like a 909 crash with an echo on it. But you can see it actually, so it hits right on the 1 right there, but then all these other times you get, like the crash hits right before the 1. And it's actually on the and of 4 there, if you're talking like counting terms. But yeah. And you can hear that just gives a little bit more groove to the track. It makes it a little bit more exciting too. It's not so predictable this way. It's something that you don't usually hear. So I think I'd really recommend trying that in your tracks. Like have one crash that just hits right on the kick. But then after that, you can have it do like that. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe, and let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, you can get this full template. Every single thing you saw in this video, the MIDI, the presets, the samples, and the project file are all available right at the top of the description on my website. It's just $5, so it's a very accessible price, but you get this extremely high quality template. In my opinion, one of the best house templates on the market. So don't sleep on this. Go grab it while it's still available. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. I really appreciate it. Every little bit helps, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.